Hello YouTube, Nova Piper. A little different video today. I'm just sitting out in the driveway, got a table set up, it's nice out. Smoking a pipe there, got some pirate cake that I never smoked before that I got from Giles. Thanks buddy, it's good, it's pretty good, I like it. I knew I would. This is part of where I build my pedals and stuff. This here is an old PV 1000-watt power amp that my buddy brought home. A guy gave it to him as one of the channels was busted, and you know, Christ, I got better power amps than this in my house and stuff. This isn't really, it's an old one. So what I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm tearing it the fuck apart, and some of the components that I use to build my pedals, they're old, and they still make them with the same characteristics, same specifications, but yet there's something about these older pieces that the audio quality is different. The fidelity is just different, noticeable to the ear. But they were trying to make them more efficient. They weren't trying to, you know, they weren't worrying about, you know, trying to make audio sound good. That was something completely different. So, you know, here, as you can see, the boards are all stacked up in there, and I'm just tearing it apart. Got to watch these things here, the big old capacitors, because I could get a shock after it's been unplugged. So I put a multimeter on them and made sure all the power was drained. Anyway, but here's one of the boards I just took off, and it's just all, they mount like that. And there's little clips and stuff, but what I did is this one goes there like that. There's the pins it goes into. But this board here, there's some chips there, or sorry, there, and they're in sockets, so I took them out. The ones on the bottom, I just bought some of them. I can use them, and these are old ones, so they might sound better. I'm going to try to get them sockets out because I use them. They're might be kind of tricky to desolder. There's one right there. Should be able to get it though. I want them dip switches. That's good for prototyping. They really come in handy. Have a bunch of, hook it up to a breadboard and flick a switch to put some diodes in the circuit. You know, they're switches. So it's good. Oh, excuse me. It's good for prototyping. I got a pointy thing. Yeah. So I want to try to get that out right there. It's really bright out, I can't see. I want to try to get these out. I order them all the time. And I just ordered some of these three things here. TL072s, I think they're called. Operational amplifiers. And that's some kind of a dual flip-flop that might be fun for digital projects. And that's some kind of look into that. That's a proprietary PV thing. And then there's some other good parts in here that I want to try to desolder. I'm going to have to get the solder iron out. These things right here. Let me see my camera. That's a diode. That's a diode. There's a few more. There's a diode, that blue thing. Probably some over here. You know, it's hard to see them, all these parts. But anyway, they also help in the sound of my pedals. And sometimes the transistors in here may not be very good for what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these need to be made of germanium, and so do these instead of silicone. And there's one here. I'm gonna rip the little things out and tear all this apart. There's some fuses in there, some connectors. And I'll just throw the rest out. Anyway, this is, you know, how you find good parts, and you know, all of a sudden your pedal just kicks ass, and this is how they do it. Sometimes they just tear apart old shit, man, salvage some parts, and look, it's right in a socket. It just pops right out, you know. Pop it in your board, same way. Just put it into a socket, into your pedal, and see what it sounds like. You know, the circuit-wise, you know, how they work inside. It's actually kind of simple. It's a couple of transistors, more or less, and yeah, nothing to it. Look at that grain. Look at it.